Alright, how's it going today, 2A gang? So in this video today, we're going to get with Miss Kristan, and we're just going to take her on her, start her concealed carry journey. Just kind of have a couple of questions, see what she wants to do. Is it just for concealed carry? Does she want to do home defense? So watch the video, enjoy. Talk to you later. On the day 2A gang. Today we're here with Miss Kristan, and we're gonna she's gonna start her journey to owning a handgun. So we're just gonna ask her a couple of questions, see what she wants to do and what she's trying to do. And then we'll give her a couple of suggestions on what she needs to do going forward. And then we'll kind of track her journey throughout the next video. We'll kind of show her proper grip and stance, and then we'll take her to the range, let her get some shots in, and then we'll start working on what she needs to do as far as getting a gun and what accessories she needs and whatnot. So, Ms. Kristan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm a young lady looking to try new things in life and be a little bit bolder.
Okay.
So I've owned a gun before, but
Okay.
what I'm trying to do now is actually get another one, but learn how to properly use the gun.
Okay. So, do you want to get a gun to carry every day, for home defense, a combination of both?
Combination of both.
Now, are you just trying to get like one gun for to carry and one gun for home, or just
yeah?
two? Okay, so
that's preferable.
Okay.
I'm on a budget.
Okay, I got you, and that's always cool. I always try to encourage people to do one for concealed carry, one for home, but that's not always possible. So, because usually your concealed carry gun is going to be a little smaller than what you have like for home. Like I have a 365 XL. It's I'll show it to you later. It's a smaller gun that I use for concealed carry, and I have a little larger one. I use my for my home defense. I use a Smith and Wesson 9mm, and it's a little larger, about 4. And I also have an AR. That I use for home defense. So yeah. So I mean, you can start off with it. It's good to start with the concealed carry. Okay. And then we can work our way into because you can use both of them for home defense. So, if you conceal carrying, are you going to want to wear the gun like on your person, or like in a purse or something?
On my person.
Okay, so on your person, so you're not looking. Okay, so.
So is a 380 too big to like strap on your thigh?
Okay. No, it's not. So is that what you want to do, a 380 or
rather
than a 9 mil?
One of them, because I'm comfortable with the 380.
Okay.
The 9 mils, I'm trying to get more comfortable shooting those.
Okay. And that's kind of what we'll work with. Usually, when I do the ranges, new shooters, I try to start them off with the 22. Then we'll work up maybe to a 380. Then not, because some people just aren't comfortable. One of my class, I had a lady, she shot the 22 the whole time, and she shot the 9mm the one time and said nope.
Tell me.
and I had another young lady that had never shot a gun before, and she came in and we started her with the 22, and she was great. And then so she was like, "Where's the 9?" And next thing she's firing off shots down range. She's hitting.
And she was fine with the 9?
She was fine with the 9.
Okay.
It was just, but I mean, it's a lady that basically just wanted to learn about guns, doesn't have plan on ever buying one or anything. So that's kind of her story. You want to carry and use it for home defense. Okay, so what we're going to work with you is a couple things you're going to have to do if you're going to carry every day. You're going to have to get you some holsters, a holster, and then you have to decide how you want to carry. There are different carry positions. Most people carry on body either do what they call a pendants carry, which you see my appendix is kind of big, so a pendants carry, or on the hip.
Okay.
And they'll either do a pendants carry and on the hip inside the waistband or outside the waistband. Usually, if you're trying to conceal carry, you're going inside. You can do, and that's fine. We'll go into it because I'm gonna do a video on carrying in the chamber and different things, because different people have different comfortability levels.
Yeah, because I don't want it on me. I'd be too scared.
So you don't want it on you.
I want it like on me.
Okay.
On my thigh, on my boot.
I got you. Okay, so you have to come up with some different options.
Yeah.
And I know a site, cuteandcocky.com, that you can look to. It's a little young lady down in Albany, and you can kind of check out her site and see what she has. But the thigh holster works great if you're in a dress or a skirt.
Yeah.
and jeans and thigh holster is not going to work too good.
What about the?
And,
I see. I
and
watch
that's
too many
fine. And
movies.
so yeah, you do. But I mean, in that case, if you can't fit comfortably, on there or on in the boot, you may want to get a purse or a different option to use. And they'll have those on the site. They got so many different options for women out here, so you can do that. Two other things you're gonna have to do. Well, it's one thing, but it's two different things you have to do. Is you're gonna have to get a safe, um, a little small safe to keep the gun in the home. I usually tell people to get a biometric safe with like a combination, so it's kind of like both. It's not just biometrics with your thumb or your finger. It also has a code to put in, and also get a safe for your car. Cause everywhere you drive, everywhere you
Oh,
go, some places you go are not going to allow guns. If you go to the IRS building, a government building, to the post office, you can't have guns inside. So you don't want to just stick your gun in the glove compartment or in the center console. He'll come back, windows broken, guns gone.
okay.
So you kind of want to, not saying it's going to keep people from breaking in, but if it's in a safe up under the seat, um, and so we'll look at those options, and you get a safe. It's a safe. Basically, you just put it up under the seat with the cord, and then it's not nothing they can just go in and just take off a snatch. So those would be two things you're gonna want to have to do. We already got the training lined up. We're gonna start this Saturday. So that's one thing that when you're shooting, especially when you're first starting out, you want to try to get as much training in as possible. Even if you're on a budget, you can get some budget training. So you're gonna do a ladies class this weekend. We'll also probably try to in the future get you a concealed carry class, because you're kind of learning different things in both. You're learning to you know the women's class is a basic class. It's just going to teach you the basics of firearms. We'll go to the range and we'll shoot off a couple of rounds that'll get you comfortable. Concealed carry, kind of get into the aspects of concealed carry, and then in the future, when we finish with the concealed carry, we'll jump into kind of the home defense and whether you're going to use your concealed carry gun. And you have a child in the house too, right? So do you want
Right.
him to kind of learn
Yeah.
the basics of safety? Yeah, that's good, and that's kind of another reason why you want to get being safe in the house, because not for him. If he's a responsible kid, that's great. But he's going to have friends and other people over. We don't want them to have access
Right.
to the gun. So if you're in the house now, what I always recommend is when I carry all the time. So from the time I get up and I put my clothes on, I put my gun on my hip, I go out, I do what I got to do. Like me, I can't carry a gun at work.
Right.
So and sometimes I can't even be like on grounds with the gun. So I will either yeah. So I mean, if I'm at work and I'm in the parking lot, they come outside, there's a gun in the car. I'll be doing this full time. So so I may either park off site, or I just want and it's kind of, now some people are like that you just can't carry the gun with you full time all the time.
Okay.
But if I'm out and about, I have it with me. I got it all the time. And when I get in the house,
Good to know.
I don't take it off.
Oh.
I don't take it off in the house. It sits on my hip until I'm ready to go to bed, and then it'll be my. Now I do have, like I say, I have I have my home defense gun, my pistol, in a safe, and I put this one on the nightstand. I got an AR-15 in another room, and I have a couple other rooms in the house, with a gun hidden. One other thing you need to
I'm coming to
also.
live with you.
Okay. Another thing
Can I pack up?
another thing you want to get is what we call an IFAC, and it's just an emergency individual first aid kit. And I always tell people, anytime you carry a gun, you need to have, and it's a small kit. You can probably get one for about $30 or so, and it just has like the essentials, tourniquets, things to do wounds, cleaning and things like that. So, and we'll go through and we'll film it. We'll kind of help you pick out
Okay.
what kind of one to get. But that's always important. And I always say like let's say for me, if I have 3 rooms in the house with guns, there needs to be a first aid kit in each room with the gun. So if you're gonna have your concealed carry, just have an IFAC for it. And your IFAC, you carry that with you also. So if you're carrying your gun, you need to have the individual first aid kit. It's not necessarily for, see me, I have an individual first aid kit and I have a trauma kit. My trauma kit for, let's say if I run up on somebody maybe that's been shot in an accident, I use the trauma kit on them. My individual first aid kit is technically supposed to be for me. If something happens to me, use my first aid kit to protect me. And if you're carrying a gun, it's always a good idea to have a tourniquet and learn how to use it. So like this summer, I'll be giving a couple of first aid classes, emergency first aid classes. So to kind of teach people, because I think it's important. If you're carrying a gun, you need to know what to do if you get a gunshot wound or anything else like that. So so that's what we're going to do with you. We're going to work on that. We're going to get you. And then what county are you in?
Gwinnett.
Okay, so we need to look up the laws for Gwinnett County as far as what do they do as far as concealed carry.
X that out. Don't be looking for me.
Cause you have to get your. Well, no, I'm sorry. In Georgia, it's no longer mandatory for you to have a concealed carry permit.
What?
You can carry without the permit, but I'll tell anybody.
But it was like that when I had the first one. I could carry it. Oh, they changed it in between.
Yeah, so you had to have a carry. Well, you can have it in your house. You can drive with it in your car. That was
it just couldn't be loaded.
Yeah, you couldn't be loaded. But now, as long as you have you can. Yep. So that's kind of the key now is So in that law, I think the governor's going to sign it in a couple of days. So that's going to be law now. But I still would advise you to get it.
I'm gonna get it
because I just think it's better to have if you get pulled over, it's better that for a cop when you tell him you have a gun in the car to give him your concealed carry permit. Because most of the time,
thank you for putting it like that.
And you will, because you will get pulled over.
Yeah.
And so I'm just saying. So you get it's just always a good idea to have, especially and if you're driving out of state, like we go down to the range in Alabama. It's good to have what they call reciprocity laws, where if I'm in Alabama, they're going to recognize Georgia's concealed carry.
Does everywhere do that, though?
Everybody doesn't do that.
So when I cross state lines,
you need to know beforehand. You can go to uscca.com, and I'll actually put this on my website soon. They have what they call a I can't even get it out of my mouth. The map that shows you, which states, and also there's an app. So you can go there, you can download the app. I think I do have a link to the app on my site.
So there's reciprocity.
Reciprocity.
Laws.
Yeah, basically because it's telling you who recognizes Georgia's concealed carry, and what do they recognize? And so usually, like I took a trip to visit my son in Maryland, and so I just kind of figured out what, because some people they'll recognize your laws, and if they don't, let's say if I'm driving through a state and they don't, that means I need to take my gun off my hip while I'm driving through that state and put it however. Some states will let you put it, the guns in the trunk and maybe the ammo somewhere else. Some people have it where it can't be loaded at all. So it's just different states have different laws, and you just need to go through, figure out what's what, and know what you're doing. So that's why I always recommend the concealed carry permit, and it kind of saves you time and hassle from all that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to learn and get through. So we went through the safe. You say you want to get a 380. We'll work on that. I try to recommend 9mm, but that's fine. And then
if you can get me comfortable, because you see how I shake when I'm shooting.
We'll get you comfortable. It's always a comfort level.
Yeah.
Like one of the big questions we have in a video I'll be doing soon is whether you carry with one in the chamber, whether your gun is live, locked, and ready to go. And a lot of people say, well, yeah, you do. Well, my opinion is you should, but you don't have to. Yeah, and it's about your comfort level. So it's a matter of, let's get you. When I first started, I was terrified, even though in my mind I knew the only way the gun is going to shoot is if you pull the trigger. Right. That's the only way. But in your mind, it's still you're thinking about things and see. But I think where I got it was I got a little too comfortable with it being. So I would just get it, set it down. I'm just like, I'm handling this gun because I knew it wasn't going to go off. Then one day I went to clean my gun, and I'm clearing it, checking it, and I clear it, and bullet pops out. But there was one in the chamber. But in my mind, I'm thinking there isn't. So it's all, and it's a good thing I was following the rule of always treat your gun as if they're always loaded. That's great, but in your mind you get a little comfortable. So that's the case, and a lot of people on the gun you can kind of what they have like the trigger forward position. You just kind of it's different things you can do to kind of get comfortable, and different people have different comfort levels. I know some people say some people just went round in the chamber from the beginning. Some people it takes a couple of months. Some people that's why some people don't like to carry a premise carry because they're like, I don't want, I don't want that point toward my jump. But a gun is designed. They're handguns. Most modern day handguns are designed to be what they call drop safe.
Yeah, because my granddad dropped his, and remember he shot himself.
Yeah, but most modern day, so you're gonna be able to. It's not gonna fire unless you pull the trigger. Okay. But the thing is, a lot of people may, when putting that gun, one of the firearm rules is keep your finger off the trigger. Or some people may just reach in there when they're pulling that gun out, or it may get, let's say you put your gun in your holster and your shirt gets in there, and you pull it out and that shirt, hits that trigger. So it's different things. So that's why you have to always do handgun safety and always do the safety rules as far as treating guns that they're always loaded, knowing your target, and keep your finger off the trigger until you're ready to shoot. And also one that they kind of added on, that was only 3. Know your target and what's beyond. Don't point your gun at anything you're not willing to destroy. So it's like, don't point your gun. Don't point your gun at anything. So that's kind of how it goes. So know your target. Like if you're at the gun range, you know that you're shooting at a burner. When we're shooting outside, we knew what we were shooting at. We knew what was behind it. Let's say we were shooting the other direction. Where there were livestock and horses and whatnot. We know we're not going to shoot that direction because we know what's back there. You don't want to take a chance on. So we're shooting, this way toward the burner as a backstop. There's some place to stop the bullet. So those are kind of things you want to learn. And one that they kind of added in was never try to catch a falling gun. Because if there is one in the chamber, your gun falls, you try to grab it and catch it, you could easily pull it. My gun fell the other day, and you know me, I got the bougie gun, so I did not want to see $1,000 of steel hit the floor, but I just sit there and watch like, God, just please be good. And it happens, and crazy things will happen. I have a SIG X5 Legion, and I'm putting it back together. I was in the garage at the time, and I think I had paid like $1,100 for that one, and so I'm putting it back together, and they have what they call the little takedown lever, and I'm supposed to put it back up when I got the gun back together. Well, I didn't, so I forgot the one little part, not paying attention, rushing through, and I pulled the trigger, and the barrel just shot right off in the concrete.
That's what I'm scared
So it's like, but if you follow the rules and do what you're supposed to do, and see, that was me going through my first time doing it without, because I would tell people when you get a gun, 2 things are your best friend. Number 1 is the handbook. There's going to be a book in there. You read that thing. I don't care how experienced you are. Every time, I'm a nerd. I like to read. Every time I get a gun, I read the book about that particular gun. I do it every time. And YouTube. Nice. YouTube is I know many people that have learned to shoot. So if you get, you can search for things like, concealed carry, guns for beginners. We'll go to the range. We'll try out. I got a couple different guns that let you shoot. Whether you want to do subcompact, compact, they got full size. Some people like to. Well, your subcompacts and your compacts are going to be for your concealed carry. Okay. You want to get a smaller gun just because you're smaller, so it's easier to conceal.
I'm a heavyweight, big dog. Don't try me like
that. Okay. So it's easy to conceal. So that's kind of what you want to do. And then, for me, I just I like shooting bigger guns.
I want to shoot that shotgun.
Okay.
I'm still scared, but I want to try.
Yeah, shotguns have a little kick. So we'll work on it, and we'll talk about it when we talk about options for when you're ready to get a second gun for home. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about different options. Some people prefer, like me, I've always been kind of a handgun guy. Yeah. So I'm really just getting into the AR-15s, the shotguns and whatnot. Wow. A lot of people swear by shotgun for home defense, basically because they say that little action.
I was telling you,
and people are going to hear
when
that
they hear it,
somebody mean that some people mean like, well, shit, I got
Then,
a gun.
hey, let's
I got
get
a
it.
gun too. So you know.
But you load those one at a time, though, right?
Well,
Like
you
you
load.
have
Well,
to put in a buckshot.
well, yeah, you do load one at a time,
Can you put in a bunch at once? Like,
well, yeah, most shotguns will have anywhere from, let's say, 4 to 7.
oh.
Yeah, that you can. Only thing is with
Yeah.
let's say with the semi, because I got a semi-automatic shotgun too, where you can just each time you pull the trigger, you get an action, something happens. Well, with a shotgun, with the pump shotgun, you have to pump it kind of every time. So that's kind of what you got to remember when you're in a situation with a shotgun. Is if you're shooting, a lot of people just get used to that semi, they just want to keep shooting. Nothing's happening. You got to sit there and hit it every time. But I mean, that's something like I said, we'll get into later, because they do have a lot of kick, but they do have low recoil options as far as ammo for shotgun. But we'll get into that when we start hitting your home defense part of your story. So we're gonna concentrate on concealed carry.
Okay.
We're gonna work on your grip and your stance, and then we'll get you out to the range, get some shots on range, and then we'll work on your concealed carry journey. You got any questions you want to ask?
I'm excited. Let me see. Okay, so you said we'll get to the big guns later, because I want big guns for my home defense.
I mean, and that's fine. Yeah. And it's. Yeah, because now really I'm going to recommend for home defense, like you want to carry a 380. We're going to try to get you up to 9 mil.
Okay.
But yeah, if you want maybe a rifle, a AR.
Yeah.
And some people will tell you to get maybe something smaller. My AR is a full size. It's a regular size 16-inch barrel.
Well, no, I like the smaller.
Yeah, so you can get something a little small, but you just have to get what they call a tax stamp. With it, it's different. We'll get into all that. It's just different options for that. But in those, 5.56, 2.23 type rounds. So we'll just type ammo, 9 mil, 380, 5.56, 380. It's a bigger, it's a larger round. Yeah.
Okay.
And like you say, 12 gauge for your shotgun. So yeah, it's different.
Double barrel, is that a thing?
double barrel is a thing. Yeah. I think your cousin was telling me she wants to get a double barrel. She's
let's get it set.
Yeah. So those options are out there. Okay. All right. So what else you got?
And so how much am I looking at just to get started? Okay, 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
How much am I looking at to get started with preparing to get the gun and getting the gun?
Okay, so that's all going to
depend
on what you want to get and what type of quality
so that for. Ruger.
So yeah, the Ruger LCP.
But I want that pink. The camouflage.
Well, okay, that's fine. But the thing is, you want to get a quality handgun,
right?
So you want to get something that's good. So you can get something that's not necessarily cheap. It's affordable.
And that Ruger is right.
It's affordable. Yeah, you can get it for about $300. And I would say maybe 300 is probably as low as you want to go. But there's different options out there. You got Ruger has an option, Beretta. The SIG 365, I think you can probably get it for maybe 500. But if you're trying to look at that 300 to 500 range, that's kind of where you wanna go. You don't want, because you want a gun that when you press the trigger, it's going to shoot.
Yeah, mine. It did not. Firestorm.
Exactly. So that's not what you want.
I think with Jan.
Yeah. So that's what I got a friend. He got a gun for his wife, and he was all happy. It was cute. And I won't say the manufacturer, but I was like, there's no way there's no way I would get that gun for my loved one and let them, because you're gonna shoot one time, it's gonna go click. Oh yeah, I gotta see. Yeah, so you want to get something reliable, even if you're on a budget. You get holster options, and the thing about holster options is they're gonna change. You're gonna find out what you like. There's one thing I might have more holsters and guns right now, but so that'll change. It just kind of, because you got to find out what's coming for you, what you like. When I first started, I got a bunch of inside the waistband and outside the waistband holsters. Outside the waistband is just where the gun kind of sits on your outside. Inside is hidden. So and then I just kind of figured
hidden where?
Inside your pants, inside your side right here.
I'm you can't hide nothing in my pants.
Yeah, of course not.
I'm thinking of girl hair.
Yeah, and that's fine. But like I said, they have belly bands. They got women have y'all got so many options. They got bra. You got options. You got options. So, and like I said, check out the cuteandcocky.com, or also look up female gun tubers on YouTube, and they'll give you a lot of different options about where to how to carry and where to carry online. Yep. So yeah, YouTube is a great resource. It's a
Okay.
great resource because you got people that have been there that have done it before. And they know kind of know what they're doing. Like I mean, like I said with the holsters, I realized real quick that well, see, I like the leather holsters from the inside the waistband. I also like the Kodak ones with a little more strength and harder to kind of pull out because a lot of people just have it outside the waistband and they're wearing it and they're actually walking around with their gun showing. And I've seen too many times where somebody will come by, grab their gun, and keep going. So
No.
concealed carry to me means concealed carry. You conceal carry, you want to conceal the gun. Nothing else makes sense. Yeah. Bing, got your gun. I'm going. Holla at you. See you later. All right. So you got anything? Any other question? You got anything else?
So price was my thing.
Yeah, price. So and also you have to remember you're pricing the gun. You need to price in a good safe, or maybe even two. And probably you can probably get a safe for your car and a biometric one for home for.
So all of this needs to be done. Okay, that makes sense. So when I'm buying a gun, I need to make sure I get all of this stuff.
Yeah. These are things you need to get. You need to figure out how you're gonna have it on your body, and how you're gonna secure it when you get home. Yeah, because it needs to be secure. It has to be secure. You just can't have a gun just sitting out. It needs to be secure. So bare minimum, you need to get a little biometric safe. You probably get one for maybe 150 online, and you want to get something good. Amazon is great. Amazon is not always the best option because Amazon sometimes get knockoff stuff. So if you buy something for Amazon, when you get it, make sure it's real. If it's not, send that thing back.
Meaning the name brand.
Well, that's it.
Meaning real.
Everything, yeah, just meaning it'll be a knockoff. Let's say you get a Hornady something and you get it and it says the name on there. Just like your knockoff clothes, you went and got you a polo shirt and you got out and it says polo. It says polo on the collar and it's
meaning matching, make sure the name.
Yeah, made in Atlanta on the back, so. Just want to make sure you. Yeah. So it's just so those are the options. So yeah, and it's a lot of things to consider that I didn't consider when I first got. I got a gun. I just had a gun.
Yeah.
And then I got another, and then so I'm like, okay, well, where the hell do I put this gun? So I bought it, and so I had to get a bigger, safe because then I'm buying handguns. Then I bought a rifle. I'm like, where am I put the rifle? So I had to go and buy a bigger one. So it's like those things that you just have to think about. You just can't have the gun just sitting out unsecured. And if somebody breaks in your house, you want to give them, make them have to work for it a little bit. They're gonna steal your guns. Work on it. You're not just gonna come in my house and my gun sitting on the counter. You're gonna take it. So yeah.
So you got the one you sleep out with on your nightstand, and then the rest of them are locked up.
Well, yeah. I have a smaller little biometric safe that I keep what I call my home defense gun. So that's like, okay, I take off my concealed carry, I set it on the nightstand. My other one, my home defense one is here. I'll just kind of finger on the biometric scan band that gun's out there because that gun, my concealed carry, I don't have a lot. I just have a red dot. I think red dots are cool. We'll go over that in the future. My home defense gun has a light. And well, no, I don't have. I have a light on it, and if it's dark, I think the lights are important. And also, it's my own defense. I had a holster for it, but then I got a light. I'm like, I gotta get a new holster. That's the thing with the holster. You buy a holster for your gun, and I bought one for the gun, and then realized, okay, that holster. So bare minimum when you buy a holster, make sure it can accommodate a red dot whether you get one or not, because you may get one in the future. So that's easy. But then if you want to get if you want to add a light to it, some people, swear by having a light and a red dot on their concealed carry. That's up to you. Whatever you think you're going to need. So lights, all that stuff is great.
And I can get this on a 380?
You can get on a 380, yeah. But so that's why when you get it, you want to make sure, number one, that it's optic ready. So you can put an optic on it. And if it's a smaller gun, we're going to probably use a miniature red dot, but that's fine. We'll go over when we first start shooting. You'll be doing just the iron sights, and then we'll go over kind of what you need to do as far as getting the red dot on.
And the scope.
Well, that's the red dot.
Oh, that's it.
A scope
so
is a scope is for
is the
yeah, yeah. So yes, the scope. Yeah, so that's what you're using is that little dot, and it's like a little.
Okay.
There's different kinds you can get, but the dots there, you kind of have to zero it in, and but you'll get it. We'll get it. I recommend a red dot. I basically put them on. But see, there's another thing. When I first started buying guns, I didn't know. So like my first gun was a Smith and Wesson, and it's not optic ready. So if I want to get a red dot on, I have to go get it milled, which means I have to get them to cut, the holes in top for them to screw it in, which is fine. That's just another added option. But like I said, it's something that when I bought the gun, I had no idea. I just started buying. I bought the gun. That's what I got. So and I usually try to put them on myself, but you can go to a gunsmith and just have them mounted for you. And so you want to have that. You want to have a rail on the bottom to attach your light, or some people do a light, some people do a laser, some people do a light laser combo. So those are just kind of different options that you can have. But we're going to keep it simple to begin with. We're going to get the gun. We're going to have you practice with the iron sights, and then if you want to upgrade to a red dot, and there's other options like I said on the budget. But with the red dot, you want to be budget, but you don't want to go too cheap. A lot of people will tell you, you'll hear you have to get a Holosun or a Trigicon. I'm like, okay, those are, Holosun to me is relatively not expensive, but it's still, $250, $300. Some people may not have that, to spend. So you can maybe get like Crimson Trace, I think makes great red dots that are kind of affordable and dependable. But maybe not as dependable a quality as a Holosun or a Trigicon, or even some people don't even like. I'm a 6 hour fool. People don't even like the 6 hour red dots. I love them, except for one. The zero is that's a whole other story. So yeah, but those are just other options. But that's things to consider in the future. Main thing you want to get is your gun, and a safe to put them in, a holster, how you want to carry it on body.
Okay.
All right, so that's cool. So let's get ready. We'll show you some grips and proper grip, proper stance, and we'll get you going. Okay? All right, guys. Y'all stay tuned for the next video. We'll see you later. Cool.
Let's get it.
All right, let me get my fat ass up. All right. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed what you saw. If you do, let me know in the comments if you want to see more like this, or if you want to come on and talk about your concealed carry or home defense journey. Just let me know. Until then, shoot straight, stay safe. We'll talk to you guys later.